Welcome to 2021 Talks, where we're following our democracy in historic times.
When veterans cannot afford daily meals, it feels worse because of the contract they made with America. Serving this country without condition, it's a real gut punch and very demoralizing when veterans are in need, but resources are lacking.
As the nation observes Memorial Day, Air Force veteran and Deputy Director of Swords to Plowshares, Mark Walker, says many military families and veterans are going hungry. Walker spoke at a House Rules Committee roundtable on the issue. Liza Lieberman of the hunger-fighting group Mazon says spousal unemployment is a factor contributing to food insecurity among military families.
This rate was really high, like 24-25%, even before the pandemic. And now I think the latest statistic is that 42% of military spouses who were working no longer working during the pandemic.
Earlier this year, lawmakers introduced the Military Hunger Prevention Act, which would create a basic needs allowance for military families. 1 in 4 women veterans struggle with hunger, and more than 1 in 4 post-9/11 veterans report problems with being able to purchase groceries. At a Memorial Day weekend ceremony in Newcastle, Delaware, President Biden thanked service members and spoke about the pain of losing his son, former Army officer Beau Biden.
We must always remember. We must remember the price that was paid for our liberties. We must remember the debt we owe those who have paid it, the families left behind.
In Texas, lawmakers approved one of the most restrictive voting bills in the country early Sunday after an all-night debate. Emory University professor Carol Anderson says the move is part of a wave of stringent voting measures passed in southern states over the past few years.
We're seeing almost a version of the old Jim Crow days, that if you want to vote, you're going to risk your life to do so.
Senate Bill 7 bars early voting on Sunday mornings and bans ballot drop boxes and drive-through voting, and increases civil and criminal penalties for election administrators and voters. In California, former House Speaker Paul Ryan discussed the future of the Republican Party and the influence of former President Trump.
To his credit, Donald Trump brought many new voters into our party, and we want them to stay.
Finally, in Washington, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell spoke about the rise in violent crime nationwide and police funding.
But it's impossible to ignore that these terrible trends are coming precisely as so-called progressives have decided it's time to denounce and defund local law enforcement.
New York, Seattle, Minneapolis, Chicago, and Houston are among the major cities that have seen dramatic upticks in homicides. For Pacifica Network and Public News Service, I'm Nadia Ramlagan. Thanks for listening.